Oh. Okay. I think. Okay.
Too hard.
Heart
Too
skipped
hard?
a beat. There.
Too hard.
Heart skipped a beat.
Okay.
Okay. My heart skipped a beat. Wow. That is. Oof.
Well,
Can
welcome
you give me a
everybody.
moment, please?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
having
I can
palpitations,
intro if
think.
you have to.
Please, that clap might
It's
have
just too much. It scared
might
you.
have
Did you shit your pants?
a little bit. It might have. I don't know how they say it.
Little squirt.
Is this what they say in sports? It took me out of the game.
Yes, you were
Is that,
taken.
is that what they say?
I took you out of the game with that
Yes,
hit.
that's what happened. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ramble presents Good Willow Hunting. This is the podcast where Eddie and I try to make Cody a legitimate
We try to take him from film critic
to real deal.
to the real deal.
Real
film
deal
critic.
by having him.
An actual film. critic.
Yes, by seeing films like Delta Force and Delta Force 2 and
And Omega Man.
Omega Man. Is that the best name for the dumbest movie? Omega. So Omega Man was Charlton Heston's I Am Legend. And I'm probably better than the piece of shit Will Smith version.
Yeah.
But it was, God, that Will Smith movie was so.
Could have been great.
Did you see the I Am Legend with Will Smith? The
Yep.
only part I thought was awesome was when he's crying and he has to kill the dog. That got me.
Yeah.
And he's singing
Anytime
the
you
Bob
kill-
Marley
anytime you
song.
have to kill a dog.
He's like, every little thing. And oh, God, that happened.
Anytime
I'm
you
like,
kill a
God damn
dog,
it.
it's rough.
Everything else was bad. Do you know how that book ends?
Yeah. Great. And had the movie done that, that
Cody,
movie
do you know
would've
how the
been great.
book I Am Legend ends?
I don't think so.
So the vampires take over, and they
The
capture.
zombie vampire, whatever.
They finally capture the main character,
Yeah.
and they're about to kill him. And he looks out the window of this place they're keeping him, and all these vampires are gathered to see him, and they all shriek. And even though he dies, he says, "I am." That's why he says, "I am legend," because now that vampires are taking over, humans are the boogeyman.
Yeah.
like humanity is what they're afraid
He was
of.
a mass murderer in their society.
Yeah, it was.
He was going around killing all these zombies, vampires, because
Yep.
he thought he was like, I got to kill these
I
things.
gotta save them.
I got to save
I gotta
humanity.
save humanity.
But
Oh.
that was now humanity,
Oh,
and he
so
was the
good.
mass murderer.
The great Richard Matheson wrote that book, who had my favorite. We talked about this Twilight Zone episode with Agnes Moorehead
Yeah.
with the threes. He was better than any M. Night Shyamalan twist ending. Richard Matheson fucking rocked
How
the twist
great would that
ending.
movie have been had they done had they
Oh.
stuck the original ending?
Instead, they had to have him die a hero.
He had to be
and
the
they're
fucking
still,
hero.
It's like, no, man, stick the landing. Make him the boogeyman.
Lame.
But we're not here to talk about I Am
Oh,
Legend.
that's
No, no, no.
another one.
Omega-
That's for another time.
Omega Man's for another day. We're here to talk. It is our Christmas Eve spectacular.
Oh.
And we're here to talk Scrooged.
One of the all-time great Christmas films.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. Maybe I'm going to get hate mail. My favorite. It's my favorite
I don't think
Christmas
that's an
movie.
outlandish statement to
It's
say.
my favorite Christmas movie.
You know, that actually got me thinking. I forgot to say something during Batman Returns.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's not a Christmas movie?
It's not a Christmas movie.
It is! Because the
It's
last
not.
line, Bruce Wayne says, goodwill to all
Merry-
men. Merry
Look,
Christmas and
Christmas.
goodwill to all men and women.
Look,
And
I'll
women.
give you Gremlins. I'll give you Gremlins. We're not calling it. It's not a Christmas movie.
It's as much a
Christmas
Christmas movie as Die Hard.
It is.
It's
And
not in the plot at all. It's just
It
happening.
happens during Christmas.
it happens during Christmas. By the way, we might as well say this now, too. We are not going to have next Friday. We won't do a Good Willow Hunting because of scheduling.
Yes.
It will be the Friday after, and we'll do
Yes.
arguably another Christmas film, Cobra.
Again, takes place during Christmas.
Now there's no mention. There's just an opening scene at a grocery store, and there's Santa and Christmas trees everywhere, and I'm like, holy shit, it's a Christmas movie.
But that was a choice
That
by
was
the
a
artistic
choice.
director
Yes.
of that film.
It's
to make it during
Stallone
Christmas.
wrote it. He maybe wanted to write a Christmas movie.
Well, Rocky IV is a Christmas movie.
Rocky
as well.
IV is a Christmas movie. So,
If everybody wants to go down the path of Die Hard's a Christmas movie, there's a lot of Christmas
a
movies.
lot of
in it.
Christmas movies. Now, by the way, before we get rolling on Scrooge, my favorite Christmas movie ever,
Yeah.
hempvita.com. We have a sponsor. Let's do that
Yeah, do
magic.
that.
There it is.
There it is.
Hempvita sells CBD products.
I've heard.
And all of them, we've had some. We've rocked
All
them.
of them.
You've rocked those gummies. The tinctures, the gummies,
They're
the
not
vape juice, the vape.
suppositories?
They can be.
I've been doing that wrong.
Well, when we party, they sure are. The tinctures, the gummies, the vape juice, the vape pods, the pet products, and lotions, they all use narrowly challenged spectrum
yes.
CBD oil.
Or broad.
Or broad.
However you want to say
Broad.
it. We like to say narrowly
We do.
challenged.
Because we're fair
We're
here.
progressive here.
No THC. The CBD's legal. It won't get you high.
Right.
The combustible shit,
Packed
flowers
full
in
of
the
THC.
have to be.
Packed full.
Wait a minute.
What?
Less than 0.3%?
That's not a typo.
Stop. Cody, did you fuck with us and put that in there
No.
to fuck with
You
us?
sure it's not
I didn't.
300% THC?
That's weird.
It's 0.3%.
That's weird.
Wow.
And then, oh, God damn it. Kasny had enough.
He's back.
Hey,
He's going to be here for he's going to be here for Christmas.
Well, there's a fucking
It's Christmas Eve.
butt plug in him right now.
Shaped like a pine tree.
Yeah, shaped like a pine tree with glowing lights. Hempvita will only use industrial hemp
He's got
grown
a Santa hat
wear
on.
hacks.
And that's it. That's all he's wearing is a Santa hat.
Where is it grown, Hacksaw?
USA!
God damn it.
USA!
It's organic.
Oh,
No GMOs.
tough guy.
Okay? All of Hempvita's products.
Oh no, he's got bells on his ankles.
Oh, that's okay. that was that jingling.
That's what
I
was
thought it was one of the cats. All of Hempvita's products meet the 2018 Farm Bill, which was signed into law December of 2018, legalizing hemp at the federal level by removing it from the federal list of controlled substances.
The Farm Bill comes tomorrow.
Comes tomorrow, baby. Classifying it as an agriculture. How excited
Hacksaw's
is,
coming now.
How excited? Oh God, a few times. How excited is your kid for the Farm Bill tomorrow?
He's very excited.
He's got to be.
This is his first Christmas celebrating the Farm Bill.
Because now he knows.
Now he knows.
His eyes are open. He's awake now.
He's
They
a
think
truther.
You think all that's good enough. You go to hempvita.com, you type in Ramble.
Right.
Just Ramble is 15% off.
Wow.
Bam!
Wow, the Farm Bill's amazing.
Farm Bill's reeling and a rocking.
all due to the Farm Bill.
All because of the Farm Bill. Come on. So here we are, Good Willow hunting. We are talking Scrooged. Before I go into everything, I will say I loved everything about this movie when I first saw it. As a kid, The Christmas Carol is one of my favorite Christmas stories. As a kid, I just loved the idea of Christmas being scary.
Yeah.
With ghosts visit. You know what I mean? Like that's not like
Right.
not The Exorcist, but
no,
you know what I'm saying? Like
there's a haunting element to Christmas.
yeah, it made Christmas seem like whoa, like the ghosts show up and it's just Christmas Carol is one of the best main character changes stories.
It's
right?
a redemption story.
Yeah, it's a great redemption
and you
story.
can't have a redemption without examining your past.
Yeah, and I just thought, and and again, talking about Danny Elfman, he rocks this one too. And this was apparently, the original script was 1,000 times darker than what we got.
Really?
I have no idea where, because there are a few moments where it gets dark as shit, but the original script apparently went times 10, and they had to rein it the fuck back in. And I wonder what I wish they'd filmed it. I would love to see some kind of cut of, but I don't think they did.
I don't know if people would want to go, like we talked about this before, like you, but last week with Bill Murray originally was going to be Batman and Tim Burton's View.
Right.
I don't know if people would have bought that, and I don't know if people would have bought
a super dark
Bill Murray Christmas movie.
I mean, and it is. One thing that was Cody, I don't know if you knew this, but they had to halt production for like 2 weeks because Bill Murray told Carol Kane to go for it when she fucks him up, and when she pulls it ripped that part of that lower part that connects. Yeah, she just ripped it, so they had because Bill Murray said go for it, like he told her fuck me up, and like the ghost of Chris, I know. And the Ghost of Christmas Present, she just kills it. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so good. And anyway.
She's one of the all-time great comedians anyway.
Yes, and the comedic actress is just brilliant comedic actor, and she just crushes it as the fucking, no peeking! Like, it's just like, it's just, oh, man. And I don't know. Because that opening is so dark. When the guy from Dynasty, what's his fucking, I forgot the actor's name, but when a zombie, a fucking zombie just shows up into his office, that was a pretty,
well, and then grabs him and takes him through the window.
Puts him through the window, like that was a pretty scary looking zombie,
arms pulling
just
apart.
ripping, and he's just laughing like,
it's a very creepy thing for a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's so I love this film. I think it is my favorite Christmas movie. I loved how Alfre Woodard doesn't get enough credit for being so great.
Bobcat Goldthwait is great in it.
Bobcat is great in it, and Alfre's like, I love how she is just tries to be his moral compass throughout the whole film and just fails miserably at not making him an asshole until, and then anyway, so Cody, your thoughts on the Richard Donner, I think?
Yeah.
Scrooged.
So I'm a big Bill Murray fan, like most people, I think. And I think that this character feels like a cousin to his Groundhog Day character in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Well, this predates his Groundhog.
Yeah, it's before
character.
I think it's like an asshole version, right? Like a bigger asshole. Yeah.
Yep. And so I appreciate seeing Bill Murray in that mode. I think the funniest part of the movie is actually the first scene of the movie.
Yes. The Christmas.
the Christmas programming.
Highway murder. Like what? Acid rain.
I mean, even the Lee Majors Christmas movie.
Oh my God! I forgot about the Santa's Workshop, Lee Majors.
And then it goes into Robert Goulet's like
Cajun Christmas.
Cajun Christmas.
Where he gets eaten by an alligator.
There's a fucking alligator trailing him.
I love that. But what's that? I love how Lee Majors gives the most stereotypical action. Like, Santa, there's a way. Is there a back way out of this place? Like, that's the most stereotypical action line. Oh, but yes, that opening was so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It just lets you know this is gonna be a fucking wild ass Christmas movie. That just is. Oh man, the part that I laughed at the most though is at the end which is, I think, if you're a Bill Murray fan, that final scene where he's just ad-libbing is so fucking
just
perfect.
To the camera.
Just talking to the camera. But right before, he's like, earlier, I told a guy to staple antlers, and you just see that redneck just like pantomime the stat. That kills me every time.
Yeah, he
wanted
me to.
He just does that.
He wanted me to do that.
That just fucking kills me. But yeah, like, that ending, though, I thought it was perfect. And I love how we threw that weird Little Shop of Horrors, like, feed me Seymour, and then he just goes in to you get to see Bill Murray do improv for like 5 minutes, and it was so good. I just love that ending.
He's just doing his lounge singer from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it was just, all right, now the back. All right, now this is the women. All right, just like, okay, now the back.
The real men.
The real men, like all that.
All right, now the real women. You know who you are.
That was, oh God, I just love that ending. But yeah, that opening is so fucking funny.
It peaks early in that sense, where that's the funniest thing in the movie, and you do get your classic kind of Bill Murray, attitude. That's sort of really sarcastic but like with a ton of confidence too.
Yes. But you're right, because you're right when you say that, Cody, how it peaks early with that, because the rest of the film is not that much of a comedy. It's a very sad, like, there are some really sad moments in that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of sad moments.
It has to be to tell that story.
Right, like that. I mean, it gets really sad. I mean, Carol Kane does a great job of keeping the levity for the Christmas present, but like, I mean, just like the way, and I think Bill Murray, look, I say this all the time jokingly, but 1,000% he should have gotten nominated for that, because the way he plays when it finally starts sinking in of how he's been, and when the Ghost of Christmas Future shit, like when he sees Calvin in the fucking insane asylum and the way, okay, I'll just talk to somebody. He's just like almost going a little crazy, and then when he's
it's the first time where you actually see him completely helpless. He can't.
Yes.
Nothing he can do. None of his money. None of his power. He can't snark his way out of anything.
Yes,
He's
it was
actually hit the point where it's like, I can't. I'm completely helpless right now.
When he sees, was it Claire, the girlfriend, when she just doesn't give a fuck about the poor kids, and then when he, obviously him being cremated, when he's like, no, come on, it's got to be a joke, and he's just yanking at the coffin.
That's the last thing where you see him, because all the other ones, like even when they go back to when he's a little kid and he's crying, he's like, that was a fucking $100 piece of veal.
Like, right.
He blows everything else off.
Yes,
until you get to that point.
I think it finally hits him when he sees the homeless guy frozen to death in the sewer.
Because that's a direct reflection of what he caused in the real world.
Right. He didn't give him the money.
He directly led to that dude's death.
And then like that fucking and that one of the few funny scenes too, when he just does that weird Richard Burton impersonation, and they're all like crying.
By this I swear. By the
It's so powerful. Like, oh, Nick. Oh, it's so good.
And that one guy's just like, oh. By this I swear.
By this I swear.
By this I swear.
Man, but yeah.
So I also think that I was surprised by how kind of like the horror elements of it, because there's like legit horror.
Yes.
Like the first scene where his old boss shows up,
dude.
like the effect or the makeup in that is incredible.
That's what I'm about to say. That is one of the best looking zombies you'll ever see, and he's so creepy. And Cody, when he takes off his sunglasses and there's just like those hollowed out, it was like, oh God, like what are you? I mean, the mouse crawling out of the back of his head,
that was
great.
The golf ball, like that was such a good. And then, of course, the Ghost of Christmas Future shit. The crematorium looked creepy as shit.
He's like, this is great. Did our guys do this?
Yeah, did our guys do this? Yeah. That is.
I will say the movie, for me, has a big-time tone problem where I think that it never finds a consistent tone
Right.
between like really silly,
Right.
mortifying,
and then just
also,
serious.
And also serious, but also like borderline mean-spirited at times.
Yep. The one woman who just gets mauled the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like there's really no point to that. Just her getting hit with the set falls on.
She's a censor, and everybody hates the fucking censor.
Yeah, the censor that just keeps getting.
And then saying "oh shit" every time it
oh shit.
comes from her.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, the Christmas Carol. It's a dark story.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a story of redemption, and you can't really redeem yourself unless you look at all the sins that you.
Yeah, I didn't.
did.
I mean, I definitely see where Cody's coming from.
But you come into the movie, it's a Bill Murray.
It's a Bill Murray, so it's got to be funny.
It's got to be funny. So,
But I think that's the only reason why it's a comedy is because it's Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I think if you put any other actor in
it's not a
that
comedy
role, it's not a
if
comedy.
it's Kevin Costner, that's the darkest Christmas film ever fucking
that no
made.
one's ever gonna watch.
Yeah, they're like, and then Bobcat in a way helps it too. He helps with the comedy, but like the gag of him always trying to get drunk and then the bottle.
And
collapses.
he went off the cliff quick.
Yeah,
like he turned into a full-blown alcoholic.
Yeah,
ready to commit murder.
The minute he got
in like
fired,
3 days,
his wife leaves him instantly. Like that.
Yeah.
But it's a dark story to tell, and
Yeah.
if it's not Bill Murray just snarking his way halfway through the film, it's not a comedy.
Right. It has to.
He's sort of calling everything out, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, to everything that's happening until it finally hits him there in that third story.
That
and then he
third
loses
story,
it.
it's like, oh shit! Like,
but that's also what makes a movie work to me.
Yeah. Same here, and I do love the slow. I thought he played the slow burn redemption so well because he's an asshole when he goes to the homeless shelter. He's an asshole, and then again, it's when he sees the guy who died. It's when it finally hits him and then seeing the Alfred Woodard's family a little bit hits him where he's like that's my number 2 person.
Yeah.
And look at where she's living. Like, how did I not give her a bonus? Like, all those things start finally, but it really, when he sees the guy dead, that's when it. And I love that. I thought that was one of his best acting when he's angry. He starts yelling at him like, "You could have gone. You didn't have to do. You idiot. You could." Like that was.
She would have taken care of you.
She would have taken care. Like that meltdown that he has when he sees a dead body is so.
Because no
good.
one wants to blame themselves.
Right. He has to try to find something else. Man, I just think that's like. One of the reasons I love the movie so much is I think it's just a quintessential Bill Murray movie. He just shows you everything he can do as an actor.
And I don't think this movie doesn't work with anyone but Bill Murray.
No, it's like Castaway. You put anyone else but Tom Hanks, nobody's watching that.
And there's
other
comedic actors that are just as great as Bill Murray, but
without
Bill Murray, like Jim Carrey doesn't make this work.
No way. It just becomes a full-on silly comedy, and that's it. Like Bill Murray does make, and I think that's one thing because you're right. The tone is all over the place, but I think Bill Murray holds it together by his performance. I
don't know how you tell a Christmas Carol.
No, it has
a funny way.
Right, there's no way
to do it.
The
Muppets kind of did it,
but
it's the Muppets.
Kind of the Muppets, right? Like you have to make it way lighter.
Yeah.
But like this was, and that's why I wish I could have seen how dark the original draft was. I
had to be dark because the original Christmas Carol is fairly
dark as
shit.
It's
a dark story.
Yeah, But I wanted because I think the guy who wrote it, Michael Donahoe, he was like one of the big National Lampoon radio guys.
Yeah.
And he was, if I'm not mistaken, he might have been the guy that took over SNL in that period when Lorne Michaels left, and he brought in Eddie Murphy and stuff like that. But yeah, like he just apparently his original vision was so much. And Danny Elfman even talked about that when he talked about the score. He goes, "You guys should have seen what they wanted to do."
I'm sure it was,
and he was bummed. Elfman was like, "I wish they could have
Christmas
made
Carol's
that."
dark.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, like it just like Robert Mitchum kicking his cat out of anger. I forgot that weird. What about pets? What about we do programming for pets?
Cats are our second biggest viewer.
And also, I forgot the actor, but the one who played Bryce is such a great douchebag in every 80s and early 90s movie. The guy, Cody, the one who played the LA executive, that guy, it just, and that was another funny thing of like Bill Murray trying to not realize that's who he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that whole of like, that's you too. Yeah. You're just as douchey as this guy. You're just as scummy.
You're just a little snarky.
You're right. That's like
you don't cover it up. You cover it up a little bit more than he does.
Oh man, yeah, I loved it though. The whole. That one scene too, where he just freaks out at the restaurant because he sees the eyeball in the glass and the guy's on fire. Like that was, he really. I thought Bill Murray was just fucking tremendous in this.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, Cody's right there. The tone is
all over the map.
Again, it's Bill Murray in A Christmas Carol, so I don't know how it could be.
Right, like how it has to be that way. It's got to go like.
I don't
Either
know how you
don't
tell that story any other way.
Right. Yeah, you have to have it just kind of be a little all over the place.
Yeah.
But I think personally he holds it together because of that. Like that was good. And Karen Allen was great too.
Yeah, she's always great.
God, she was so fucking good as I think it was Claire was her name.
Yeah.
It was good, man. So Cody, what grade do you give?
I would give it a B minus. I think it's a movie where I feel like if I watched it more, I would enjoy it.
Same as
more.
Batman Returns.
Same as Batman Returns. Wow.
I just feel like the tone for me was just too all over the place and hard to track, and I think that I feel like it never commits one way or another to any particular tone, and because of that, it's a little jarring at times.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I totally agree.
But I think that's why I like the movie.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I love it for that. This might be my highest
because it's pulling you both ways.
Yeah, this is my highest since G.I. Joe. I'm giving this an A+. I could watch this. I watch this movie every holiday season.
So it's not in your regular Christmas rotation now,
multiple
Cody?
times. I think it should be, Cody. You should try putting it in. You should try
I would watch it
putting
again next year to see if it
grows
fits.
on you a little bit.
Yeah,
I
think it would.
I give it an A.
Yeah, A+, B-, A+. Look at this.
Yeah.
This gets
I
scored.
love it. I watch it every
These
year.
scores are all over the map for this.
Just like the movie.
By the way, let me just say this before people pile on and tell me
coming.
I hate,
Joe Santos, get ready.
movies.
Joe Santos is writing his email now.
He already started writing it.
A B- is a positive grade. Okay?
What do you
So
think
let's just get that out there.
Would do you not agree that this is one of Bill Murray's finest performances? Like, he is so good in this, I think. Just the way he's able to do everything. He does comedy. He goes sad. It's the fucking I don't know. I just
It's
love
good.
it.
It's probably in the top 5. I don't think it's in the top 3 of his performances.
Man, I love this one. I just think it just great shit. So there we go. Good. Do we do any trades?
Are we gonna trade Scrooge with Cobra?
Oh. Should we do? We got to do Cobra with Cannonball Run.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
is way better.
I would like to see Bill Murray as Cobretti.
I would see that. I would see Bill Murray as Cobretti. Cobretti. You're the disease. Cody, we're going to spoil Cobra a little bit.
Oh, no.
We thought Eddie and I both thought you're the disease and I'm the cure was like the big fuck you to the final villain.
Like that's the go ahead make my day line.
Opening of the movie is when he says, and I completely forgot. It's in the fucking first
I always
scene.
thought that was there at the end.
Yeah, the first sequence ends
before he
with
puts the guy on the hook.
Yeah, you're the disease and I'm the cure. That's right off the bat we get. Oh, I'm excited. So we're going to take a week off next week. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed yesterday's holiday ramble.
Yes, and if you're still talking to your family members that you made listen to that,
kudos.
Kudos.
Good for you.
And tell them to subscribe to the ramble.
Yeah. And there we go. So, again, taking next week off of Good Willow Hunting. We'll be back the week after for Cobra and Cannonball Run. Man, Cody, have you seen either yet?
I have not yet.
Are you excited to see them both?
Yeah, I can't wait to see Cobra.
I don't know which one he's going to like better. I mean, as a
Cannonball Run is a comedy.
Yeah, I just don't know how well
wasn't
it
meant
holds
to be
up.
a comedy.
No, Cobra was not.
But it is.
It is a comedy that wasn't meant to be.
Cannonball Run is just fucking Burt Reynolds,
just
and
Burt
Dom
Reynolds
DeLuise
slapstick,
and Dean Martin and fucking Sammy Davis just getting drunk and having fun for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's all that is.
That's all that
true.
movie is.
Cannonball, man,
they're winking at the camera half the time.
Half the movie they're just like after every joke. Oh man, well there we go. We can't wait for this Cobra and
Cannonball Run, which made the end scene outtake, the in the movie outtake credits like a thing, right?
Yeah, the bloopers.
The bloopers was
maybe Jackie Chan did it first with
did
his
he?
in the 80s probably because I know this was this
Cannonball Run is
79.
Yeah,
so maybe it was.
I think Cannonball Run is the one who made it. I don't know if they did it first, but they made it famous.
They made it famous. They did make it. Cody Cannonball Run was the first one to have the bloopers during the credits, which of course famously Schindler's List, the only Oscar winner to have the credit,
the same thing.
The credit
have
blooper
all the
reel.
bloopers.
Yeah, the bloopers.
Those were great bloopers.
Yeah,
wasn't as well received.
Was not as well received.
Talk about going all over the place with tone.
Man, Schindler's List was. Well, at least they saved it to the very end, once the credits rolled. And then they just did that. And then it was, and the weirdest part, I don't know if y'all saw it, but the fact that Schindler's List ends with the blooper reel while Weird Al's Dare to Be Stupid is playing during the end credits.
Odd choice.
By
Spielberg.
Odd choice. They
choice.
still gave him the Oscar because the rest of it was so good. But there we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week. Tomorrow for Ramble, for our Xmas Ramble Radio.
Yeah, that's right.
Have an awesome holiday season. We love you guys. We'll see you next week or the week after next for Good Willow Hunting. Bye.